Hello and welcome to the episode 3 of the Market Podcast. So, first thing I'd like to go over is that we're talking about safe havens and a new reserve currency coming to be. Now, I'd just like to get started with a quick history lesson. So, the history of global reserve currencies can be traced back to the post-World War II period when the Bretton Woods Agreement was signed in 1944. Under this agreement, the US dollar was established as a global reserve currency backed by gold at a fixed exchange rate. During the 1950s and 60s, the US dollar dominated international trade and finance. As it was the world's most stable and reliable currency, other countries began acclimating US dollars as a reserve currency, which helped to bolster the dollar's position. However, in the 1970s, the US faced mounting economic challenges, including rising inflation and a growing trade deficit. To address these challenges, President Nixon ended the convertibility of the US dollar into gold, effectively ending the Bretton Woods system. This led to a period of uncertainty in the global economy as countries searched for alternative reserve currencies. The European Union attempted to establish the European Currency Unit as a reserve currency in the 1980s, but it never gained any widespread acceptance. In the 1990s, the euro emerged as a potential rival to the US dollar. It was established in 1999 as a virtual currency, with physical notes and coins introduced in 2002. The euro quickly gained popularity as a reserve currency, especially among European countries. In recent years, there has been growing interest in the Chinese yuan as a potential reserve currency. China has become an increasingly important player in the global economy, and many countries have started to hold yuan as part of their reserves. But today, the US dollar remains the dominant global reserve currency, accounting for around 60% of the foreign exchange reserves. The euro is the second most popular reserve currency, with a share of around 20%, followed by the Japanese yen, the British pound, and the Chinese yuan. Now, of course, and there was a good few key points in there, and there is a couple of images within the safe haven chart on FA themes within the Access server that we've been going over. So currencies used in commerce since 1450, Portugal 1450, Spain 1513, Netherlands 1640, France 1720, Britain 1815, and the US 1921 to current. Now, one of the main topics and questions that crosses my mind is the USD here to stay? I'll be getting a new contender simply because it's cheaper. Now, for many of the OPEC members are using yuan instead of the dollar. Now, is that just a financial move, or are we moving to the yuan because the yuan is much easier to move around? Now, if you look at the exchange rate USD into yuan, and then you look at the yuan rates into Brazilian real, etc. and so on, then you can kind of see that it does look like it's a profit move because they're getting more money changing into the yuan than the other dollar. The dollar is expensive at the moment for everyone. So, are we going to see the shift in sentiment once the dollar becomes cheap again? And are we going to see now is the time for change of a reserve currency because USD is the dominant reserve currency? Are we going to see a new dominant reserve currency? Now, if you listen to that little history lesson, you will notice that the euro tried as a virtual currency first, and a physical crash was made. So the topic of being a central bank digital currency has been talked about for the last 30 years. Euro started as a virtual currency and then became physical. So the euro was 30 years ahead of itself, and one of the sentiments that has crossed my mind is whoever releases the central bank digital currency first can get a stronghold within the global economy, because having a fully digital currency would allow for 24/7 market operations. And if you've got 24/7 market operations, that means instead of having to wait till Monday to process things, it can be processed on Saturday or Sunday or Friday, whenever. Which, for the business world, when the minutes and seconds matter, that changes the game. So if you can convert, if you have a one cash pile, portfolio, whatever, then you're able to pay a client on Saturday, which means that the product is ready for launch Monday or ready for delivery Monday, or it gets delivered on Monday rather than having to wait till Wednesday or Thursday. That makes your job easier and it makes the financial world tick that bit quicker. So if the yuan does become a fact, because they are talking about becoming a central bank digital currency a lot sooner than many other currencies, it could help push the yuan to become that reserve currency that they're after. So what's your thoughts on this? Do you think that we could be coming and getting a new global contender for the reserve currency, or do you think it's simply because people are just looking for a cheaper option at the moment? That's it for this podcast. It was only a quick one, simply due to it being Friday, the 7th of April, and it's Easter. So if anyone who celebrates Easter, happy Easter. If you don't, happy Friday, and all of that. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next podcast. Bye for now.